What's up, everybody? Kyle Barboza here, bass player, music educator, and we're talking about how to play ahead of the beat or behind the beat. And this was actually a subscriber suggestion. Thank you to JT for bringing this one in. I think this is a great idea, and I have strong feelings about this one. So here we go. This is going to piss some people off. But actually, before I even get into my opinions, I want to do a little experiment, okay? I've got 4 different drum grooves dialed up here. They're at 4 different tempos in 4 different styles. I've got an R&B groove, a punk groove, let's see here. I've got a reggae groove in there, and then a walking bass swing groove. I'm going to record myself playing to all 4 of them for like 8 bars. All right, I'm going to listen through first. I'm not going to put that up here because that's going to waste time, but you're going to see me play one take through all of them. And I want you to first use your ears to see if you think I'm playing ahead or behind the beat on all of them. I'm actually not going to try either way. I'm just going to play to make the groove feel good, in my opinion. Okay, I'm going to play what I think feels good, and then we're actually going to look at the frequencies and see where I actually put my notes. All right, here we go. All right, let's take a look. I really hope the conclusion is not that my time sucks. That's for sure. All right, so here we are with the first example. This is the R&B example. I'm just gonna, you can see the bass frequencies here at the bottom. So let's just scroll through. I'm gonna put this on the beat here. So it looks like I'm actually basically on the beat, but maybe a hair, there I am, ahead of the beat. This one is behind the beat, on the beat. This is basically right on the beat, right on the beat. So I'm mostly, I would say, mostly right on the beat, maybe a hair behind on some notes. Okay, so here's the punk rock groove. It's more of the same. The first couple notes, like this is the first note, is ahead of the beat, which is what I expected, this first 2 notes. But then afterwards, check this out. On the beat, let's see here. On the beat, just behind the beat, just behind the beat, on the beat. So what I'm seeing in this whole example is actually the punk rock one, I am more behind the beat, if anything, but most of my notes are really, really close to the beat. All right, here's the bebop walking bass line. Let's go down here. On the beat, on the beat, on the beat, on the beat. Just behind the beat, just behind the beat, on the beat. Not bad, Barboza. On the beat. I really expected this one to be ahead of the beat as well. And finally, this one surprises me too. Here's the reggae example. Right on the beat, right on the beat. I mean, here's the beat. On the beat, on the beat, on the beat, on the beat. Man, you seeing what's going on here? All right, so the results surprised me in a way, and in another way didn't surprise me. So let's talk about it. Hey, I'm just going to cut in here quick to remind you / inform you that if you would like to get on my wait list for private instruction one-on-one with me, please email me at the email in the description. Also, check out the video link in the description for pricing and what my lessons are like. So all that info is there. I'm going to be going full-time at this, at private teaching, come June. So the first people I'm going to contact are the people on my wait list. So if you'd like to get a jump on that, get on my wait list now, and we'll be in touch when that time comes around. All right. Okay, so at the beginning of this video, I talked about the fact that I have strong feelings about this whole concept of playing ahead of the beat or behind the beat. So first, here's my advice if you want to practice doing that on purpose, okay? That is playing behind in certain styles or on certain songs or playing ahead. My advice is if you're going to practice that, first practice playing on the beat as much as possible. Your relationship to the pulse has to be really, really strong to start. The second thing is when you do practice making your notes go, let's say ahead of the beat, for example, you need to make sure it's the sound of the note. Listen to the sound, that bloom of the note, boo, where that happens. That's the important part, and you want it to be as close to the beat as possible. Guys, if this is to work, which I have real reservations about, by the way, if this is to work and you're playing, then it's got to be super close to the beat. Look, I looked up before filming this video, looked up a few YouTube videos of tutorials on how to play ahead of or behind the beat. And this is not to throw shade at these teachers, but the same thing happens in every video. The teacher says, okay, I'm going to start by showing you playing on the beat. They proceed to put a drum groove on, they play to the beat, and it sounds perfectly in the pocket, and they sound like they're pros. They sound awesome, okay? Then they go, here I am playing ahead of the beat, and they proceed to play way too far ahead of the beat. It's inconsistent, and then they do the same thing when they play behind the beat. It's way too behind the beat. It's inconsistent, doesn't sound good. I'm going to be honest with you. It's happened before where I've purposely played ahead or behind the beat on certain tunes, but those are rare. Those songs are really rare. What's actually happening is that bass players do have a pocket. All of us have a pocket. All of us, even you, if you're trying to work on your pocket, you don't feel like you have one yet. It's in you. What ends up happening is you internalize the pulse really, really well after years of playing. You know exactly where the beat is, the pulse, in here. And because the pulse is happening in here, that means in order to make sound on the bass, it's got to come from here and out of these moving parts and again into another moving part, which is your string. So the fingers have to move, the strings have to vibrate, and then the sound happens. And that allows for a beautiful amount of imperfection. And that's why when you look at my sound waves, they're pretty close to the beat, but there is variation there. And when you combine that with a drummer that you've played with for a long time, and when you combine that with the rest of the ensemble who are also making these small imperfections, what ends up happening is you get the pocket. That is the pocket. It's those little tiny artifacts and variations that play along with each other in the process of you trying to be as tight as possible together. So next time you're playing a punk rock set or something and you're wondering like, how can you make it sound, in the pocket? Don't think about playing ahead of the time. Feel the pulse, think about the pulse itself, and then play with energy. That's gonna bring your authentic pocket to the music. I totally don't blame people for wanting to get into the concept of creating a pocket, but I just have to say it again, like, you have the pocket already. You just have to work on your relationship to the pulse. Your pocket's gonna do exactly what it needs to do. And that's why drummers are going to want to play with you. That's why bands will hire you. Otherwise, you're just going to sound inconsistent. I hope I didn't yuck your yum on this one. But anyway, it's my opinion, like I said. But anyway, get practicing, everybody. Really enjoyed that one. All right, see you next time.